Good morning. How are we this morning? I was just giving the recommendations for trios or duos to go with Garnet a read through. You guys are a combination of lovely and really, really mean. But fine. So, welcome to the final day. I cannot believe that we're already at the final day. This week has gone so quickly. If you are here, please let me know that you are here. Drop me your favourite thing about this week. What has been the biggest light bulb moment, the biggest realisation, the biggest, I don't know, progress that you've made? Drop all of the above in the comments. So, where have you seen change in yourself? Where have you seen change in your customer group? Have you experienced anything different? Have you loved? Have you hated? Tell me your debrief about this week so far. Okay, so I'm going to set you the same challenge that that you have set me. That is going to be your homework for the day, let's call it. So I'm going to explain that in a second, and I'm going to explain why that's an important thing to be doing. But in the meantime, let me just make sure I've got proper comments going on here, because this is silly otherwise. So, good morning. If you are popping on, I'd like you to tell me what it is about this week that you've enjoyed. Tell me, or if you've had any differences, if you've learned anything, if you've etc. Tell me your debrief, your full debrief. Okay. So, I have set myself this challenge. I've got you involved, okay? Now, I've done that on purpose because by getting you involved, you're invested in watching, in learning, in maybe challenging yourself too. So, I want you to think about the purpose of this, because I haven't done anything unintentionally. Every single thing that I've done on purpose, right? I've given you extra challenges, I've given you incentives, I've explained to you how I do it, I've explained to you why I do it, I've told you what I do with my customers on purpose. All of these things are so intentional because I want you to take it and I want you to run it in your own space, okay? So this challenge is such a good one to get your customers invested in watching, for starters. Secondly, it's hilarious. Thirdly, it shows you are modelling how to be brave. Because I've got out all the colours that you guys recommended. Like, that's not a combination of colours that any normal person wants to put on their eyes. So whatever comes out of this, I'm going to have to be brave. And by being brave and showing you, I'm pretending you're my customers, but showing you, my audience, that I'm being brave, and then challenging you, my audience, to do the same, that means that you are showing them that it's okay. It's okay to push yourself outside of your comfort zone. It's okay to be a little bit nervous. It's okay to feel like it might not work out. And then at the end, it's okay to talk about the progress that you've made, okay? So this is the purpose of today. So your task, should you choose to accept it, good morning to people who are popping on, if you haven't already done so, I'd love to know what this week has done for you, for your business, for your customer group, for your personal everything. Tell me what it's done for you. How has it changed how you've applied your shadow? How has it helped your customers understand things? Whatever it is, tell me what you've got from this week, okay? So, the way that I recommend you run this challenge is you've got from now until the end of the weekend. I'm doing this on purpose so you've got time to do it, because I totally recognise you need a moment to prime it. So if you don't do it today, you've got until Sunday. Do not panic. While we're on the topic of until Sunday, if you haven't done any of the extra challenges and you'd like to get those letters, so if you miss the extra challenges on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday and you want the extra letters from me, irrelevant of head office's very kind offer to award you a shadow of choice if you win, I am doing a separate thing, which you will know. You will be getting random letters flying into your inbox willy-nilly, but you might have missed some at the beginning of the week. You have until Sunday to catch up on those extra challenges, okay? So if you want to do that, as long as you're tagging me, as long as you're sharing it so that I can see it on Instagram, I am more than happy to give you those letters. You just need to tag me, let me know you've done it, in essence, okay? So here we go. Here we go. I'm so nervous. You have given me a huge variety of colours. Now, I recommend that when you do this for your customer group, you do it the night before or the morning of if you're going to be later on in the day. But you give people a good, like, if you can, 3 to 12 hours. Like, give people time to respond, but make sure you go back and check intermittently throughout the time, because the more you comment on those, the more people will see it. That's how Facebook works. So if you pop back in, comment loads, go away, pop back in, comment more, then more people are going to get to see it. And you want more people to see it because those people are the people that you're then targeting this video for. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm doing an awful lot of kind of business coaching stuff here as opposed to explaining how to actually do the challenge, but that's fine. I hope it's helpful. So you're going to start with that. Post a picture of your shadows. All your shadows. You can also do this with Lip Sense. You can also do this with Hydromats if you wanted to, but we're talking shadows all week on purpose because we're trying to get our customers to really get invested with Shadow Sense, right? We're trying to show them all the different ways that Shadow Sense are great. And obviously you're still going to talk about the fact that it's not going to move. You're still going to talk about the fact that it's got all of the good properties. It's hydrating, it's anti-aging, it's got vitamins in it, it's got all of the things. Okay, so you are going to then collect together all of the shadows that they have said. I have done this. I've literally gone through the list of all of the shadows, some very friendly, some not so friendly, and I've put them all here, okay? Now, all of these, you're going to go through and you're going to swatch. This is really important because people don't necessarily know what colours there are. Okay, so this is a really easy way for you to showcase a whole host of colours that they might not have known about. They might not know existed, right? And the whole point of all of these challenges at the end of the day is to get you more sales in Shadow Sense, if we're being totally like crude about it. You guys have chosen so many limited edition colours, which I personally I will talk about, and I would talk about live in my customer group as well. But I would err away from, if you can, don't end up with those colours as your final look because people can't buy them. So just be careful with that. Unless you have stock of them, unless head office have random stock of them, be careful with limited edition colours because if you're showing something, you want to assume that people are going to want to buy it. Okay? So I'm going to swatch all of the colours that got chosen and then we're going to do a final vote. So Amethyst. Amethyst, oh, straight under my bracelet. Amethyst, the beautiful purple. She's like a muted purple. I absolutely love her. She is a really good colour, especially with brown. So going with garnet. And then we've got lilac. What I might do is pop my garnet right at the top. So remember that we are using our one colour that we've used all week. That is like our compulsory colour. So we're choosing 2 colours to go with garnet. Look how gorgeous that would be as a trio. Anyway. Then we've got Warm Gold Shimmer. My Warm Gold Shimmer is running out because it is literally one of my favourite golds ever. I have like no space left on my hand, so I had to go onto my arm and I feel like we're going to end up 12 years down the line. Then we've got Denim, a deep blue. Denim I would categorise as the same kind of depth as garnet. It would be a really good replacement if you've been using denim all week. Then we've got Purple Sapphire Shimmer. Bear in mind that limited edition colours include lilac, gone, so gone. Warm Gold Shimmer, so gone. Denim still here, but might not be in stock. Purple Sapphire Shimmer, gone. Yellow. Who chooses yellow? In fact, who was it that chose yellow? Who was it that chose yellow? You mean person. Suzanne. Suzanne chose yellow. Yellow, the colour that I've used once in my life, because she scares me a lot. I'm not a yellow or orange fan. Gold, every day of the week. Okay, then we've got Tumbled Jade. Again, these colours are limited edition unicorns. They're gone. Tumbled Jade, my favourite green. Like, look at it. It's such a good green. It's such a good introduction to green. So if you do have any Tumbled Jades knocking around, this is Aurora Shimmer. If you do have any Tumbled Jades knocking around, she is such a good way of introducing green into somebody's, like, space. Aurora Shimmer, the duochrome, she shifts from that kind of orangey red to that purple. She's absolutely gorgeous. And I literally would do this. I know that I'm taking up loads of your time, but I'm showing you how I would do this. This is Spellbound Glitter. She is a pink with gold sparkle in. Again, she's gone. I got asked, look at that. Oh, she's so pretty. I got asked to swatch Mauve Tonic. So Mauve Tonic, Sophie, for you. My Mauve Tonic is definitely running out, but she is a light pinky colour. She's a good one. I think that the new one, just for full understanding, I think the new one is a little bit pinkier, and I don't know if you can really see how pinky she is, but she's a really good one. Then we've got Glazed Glitter, which is currently in stock but should be gone, which is like a slightly coppery undertone, but basically just a clear glittery. She's not clear, but she's more or less just a clear glittery. And then the final one that I went for, because I think it was, who was it? Potentially Suzanne, who said bright green and mid green. So I've gone bright green. Again, doesn't exist anymore, but green. I actually once did a, this is such an overshare, nobody cares, but I'll tell you anyway. I actually once did a Hungry Caterpillar look with this yellow and this green. Imagine that. It was like World Book Day, so I have a full Hungry Caterpillar outfit that one of my housemates made me years ago, and I put that on, and then I did a green and a yellow halo-eyed look. Ugh, it was a lot. Anyway, so this is what we've got. Look. Ta-da! I've just shown you a whole host of different shadows that you could now be excited about having in your collection, because look at all of those beautiful colours. So we have got Garnet, of course. We've got Amethyst, Lilac, Warm Gold Shimmer, Denim, Purple Sapphire Shimmer, Yellow, Tumbled Jade, Aurora Shimmer, Spellbound Glitter, Mauve Tonic, Glazed Glitter, and Green. You have 2 seconds to choose one of those colours and write them in the comments. One of those colours and write them in the comments. Please be nice. One of those colours. Go, go, go. Also, you don't have to be nice. I'm totally fine if you're not nice. One of those colours. Which are you going to go for? There are 5 of you on here. Choose one of those colours. Okay. I mean, Suzanne commented yellow twice. That doesn't count. Does that mean I can abort the yellow? I want to abort the yellow. Yellow's so mean. Okay, so we've got Amethyst Yellow. Suzanne, you can't just keep commenting yellow. That's so mean. We've got Amethyst Yellow, Aurora, and Denim. Amethyst Yellow, Aurora, and Denim. Okay. Amethyst Yellow, Aurora, and Denim. Thank you, Sophie. Amethyst and Aurora, to be fair, would be a really good combination. Okay. So, I mean, at this point, you can do this however you like. Sometimes I put them into a wheel and I literally randomly pick them out. Sometimes I will pick somebody out to pick one. If I am going to pick somebody out to pick one, I will be very intentional and know that that person is somebody that I think is going to buy a Shadow Sense at some point and maybe want some support with theirs. So I'll be like, okay, cool. Dwee, pick me 2 colours. She's got Aurora Shimmer. Give me another one to go with that Garnet. So Aurora Shimmer and Garnet. Dwee, pick me out one last one. I feel like she might have her Aurora Shimmer and... Didn't you say something else? Spellbound. Is that what you came out with originally? I think that's what you came out with originally. So we're going to go for those two colours. Now, I could literally take this and use it as a week's content. Like, look how many people have commented. I've got, on the original post, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 different people's recommendations. I could do all of those if I wanted to and be like, tag, today I'm doing blah blah's look, okay? So you can literally play around with this as much or as little as you like. You could, if you wanted to, spend all weekend talking about the random shadow challenge that you've been set all weekend if you wanted to. I'm just going to put these away. I would be cautious if I was you, and make sure, as I said, that you are talking more about permanent line colours than you are limited edition colours. Because if you talk constantly about limited edition colours and then people want things, you're not going to be able to deliver them. And that's something that it is really important to be conscious of, because you don't want to not be able to deliver, if you see what I mean. Okay, so we've got the colours that we've gone with. Oh, Dwee, so many questions. I mean, so many things. What I would say is go and spend some time paying attention to my Instagram, because that's all I'm talking about on Instagram at the moment, building your community. That is, in essence, what my entire Instagram is going to be from now on. So feel free to drop that question somewhere on there, and I will happily answer it. In fact, if you are somebody who has questions about community building, just FYI, on Instagram, in my bio, I have like a Google form that you can submit questions. Feel free to dump them in there if that's helpful. Okay, so this is now the colour selection that I have. I'm actually quite happy with this because it could have been lots of these. Thank you, Dwee, for being so kind. I'm going to start with my medium tone, and I'm going to build up an eye like I normally would. So we're going to go for a little bit of Aurora Shimmer in the crease. I'm not going to put loads of this because I don't need to make this a look that is not, like, I want to make this a nice look, because the whole point is that I'm modelling that you could pick out any colour in your arsenal and you could create a look. And the idea is that this is going to tempt your customers into trying combinations that they might not have tried. Now, every time I do this, every time I set this as a challenge for my customers, they pick out some really good combinations that I personally wouldn't ever have thought of, but then they show me how well they work. So if you are doing this for yourself, that's one thing. And it's really good for you to do this for yourself, to challenge yourself. But trust me when I say, if you can get your customers trying too, they will also really, really experience benefits. Yes, Lisa. I mean, if anyone can do that to help Lisa, Dwee, is there any chance that you can give Lisa the link to my Instagram? Would that be possible, just while we're faffing? Okay, so I'm just using Aurora Shimmer in that outer corner. I'm doing pretty much exactly what I did yesterday. Thank you so much, Dwee, I really appreciate it. So we're going to do just a little bit of Aurora Shimmer in that outer corner. As always, I'm not doing anything different. And notice that actually every single time I do my makeup, with the exception, I guess, of doing a halo eye, I am doing my makeup pretty much the same. Now that is really intentional, that is really purposeful, that is really, really important, because if you do your makeup totally different every single time, obviously I'm swapping out colours, but if you do your makeup totally different every single time, then what's going to happen is you're going to basically subliminally, subconsciously tell your customers that makeup is really hard, that makeup's really unobtainable, that it's going to be really complicated for them to be able to apply this makeup. So what you actually want to do on the daily is show them exactly the same process every single day, even if you feel like you're repeating yourself, because not everybody watches everything, for starters, but also you aren't going to have exactly the same words every time, and people are going to pick up the bits that they need to hear at the time. So talking in exactly the same way every single time, like I have seen people who have started out going over their entire eye with that medium tone, thank you, and then as time's gone on, just this week, they've started to only put it in the outer corner. Then, when we talked about the smoky eye, you guys were only putting it in the outer corner, and you were only putting it in that outer corner and not coming all the way in, because you were used to putting it in the outer corner now. So you pick up whatever it is that you're listening to at that time. So please, please, please be conscious of how easy you're making your makeup look when you're applying it every single time. Okay, so now I'm going to do a little bit of garnet just to that outer corner. This is going to be such a good look. I'm excited. So we're just going to press it into that outer corner. You can use exactly the same methods that I've been using all week. I've purposefully talked to you about exactly the same things every single day, with the exception of the smoky eye, which, to be honest, was exactly the same method. I just brought it in a little bit further. It doesn't matter how far you come in. You're just bringing it up into that outer corner. You might bring it down a little bit, but you can bring it in as much or as little as you like. If you want to put loads on, you totally can. I've lost my brush, which is only a little bit inconvenient. I put it back in my pot. What's that about? So you don't need to bring it all the way in if you don't want to. You can keep it right to that outer corner. You can also only do one dot. I did quite a few dots, but if you wanted to keep it really, really soft, you could just put one dot like that on the outer corner, and make sure that you're relatively quick with moving it around. So tap to start with, just pat the pigment, set that pigment into that outer corner. If you're only using one dot, I like to blend it kind of into this outer corner and then in, just to start with. So I'm patting in a kind of C shape, and then I might just blend the edges in a little bit. So I'm doing two slightly different eyes. This one's going to be more intense than this one. This one's just going to be a little bit softer. But garnet is a strong colour, right? Garnet is meant to be a strong colour. I always come back in with that medium tone and I just soften the crease area. Now, when I relax my brows, I was having a really good conversation with Suzanne about this yesterday. I relax my brows intermittently while looking dead straight every single time I've finished doing something. I relax my brows, I make sure I have colour sticking out the top, not just here, but into this crease bit here as well. Not into this inner corner, but up to kind of where that initial diagonal line goes upwards. So I'm going to keep bringing it inwards so that I've got, I literally relax my face and you know I've got shadow on. So many of you, especially if you have really hooded eyes, will do it like this, will do it like this, you'll do all of this stuff, you'll close your eyes or relax your eyes and everything disappears. You need to get your placement right if that happens to you. And all that is positioning your medium tone in that dot place first. Make sure you know the height of your shadow. I hope I'm making sense. Then we're going to go in with our Spellbound Glitter. Spellbound Glitter, the Dawn of the sparkly pink. I'm going to bring her all the way across into where I've put that garnet. All the way across, like so. And then I'm actually going to leave her to just dry a little bit while I'm doing that. I might re-signpost the fact that I can use an angled brush just to give myself a little bit of liner, whether you're going along. And I'm talking again about the fact that I'm going to do this with my garnet because it gives me a softer wing, because I like using brown. And I'm not actually doing a flick. All I'm doing at this point is just deepening my lash line a little bit. That's all I'm doing. Then, once I've given my Spellbound Glitter a little bit of time just to cement itself, because I want it to just have a maximum amount of pigment, then at this point I'm going to soften that edge just gently by swiping right and left. If you want to, go back in between your brushes and pat that garnet into that Spellbound Glitter just to give you a nice little blend. And then last thing that I always do is I go into that crease area with my medium tone brush and I just blend everything together. Okay? Ta-da! So I challenge you. Base challenge. Are you ready? Base challenge. I challenge you any point this weekend. If you want to do it more than once, submit more than once, and Janice and head office will give you an extra entry. But you have today and all weekend. You may do this challenge with your community. Okay? Option number 1. That's your base challenge. Your advanced challenge, as I said, if you need to catch up on any of the reels or stories from this week because you didn't have time to do them or you didn't know how in the early days, but you've learned now, that's absolutely fine. You may catch up as long as you tag me, as long as you let me know that it's there, as long as you share it with me, whatever it is that you're doing, feel free to tag away on Instagram. And that will get you a bonus challenge. That will get you letters from me. But your actual bonus challenge this day and all weekend, are you ready for this? Dwee, if I were you, I would post a picture of your shadows and then I would go and speak to people who you know will support you. So if there's any family or good friends in there, and just be like, I'm doing this really silly thing and I'd really appreciate, can you just tell me a random shadow that you want me to put on from that list or from that picture or whatever it is. Go and create that community, because community doesn't come out of nowhere. It's something that comes with deliberate, intentional actions. Yeah. So at the beginning, nobody's going to talk, because nobody knows that they're allowed to talk. Nobody knows how to talk. Nobody knows what to say. So you need to teach them. You need to show them. So that would be my advice with that. Okay, so your bonus challenge today. Your bonus challenge is going to be... Sorry, I just got distracted. I'm going to put on some rosewood gloss, because that's what that's what one of the colours that is temporarily black. I love this colour. If you haven't got rosewood gloss, I really consider adding her. Look how pretty she is. Anyway, sorry, sidetrack. Your bonus challenge today. Yeah, I know, Dwee, but people are naturally shy. That is a normal thing. So it's fine for them to be shy. But you need to teach them that it's safe, basically. Teach them that it's a safe place to do things. They're not going to get sold to aggressively. They can do things just by, they can get involved and it's not going to somehow backfire on them, basically. But it's something that takes time and consistency. So if you're there regularly, showing them that it's okay, it will come with time, I promise. What was I talking about? Oh, the bonus challenge. The bonus challenge. Okay. So your bonus challenge today is actually very topical. I want you to go and speak to people. So either I want you to go and message people who already have shadow sense and just check in with them. How are you doing with your shadow sense? Is there anything that I can help you know better with your shadow sense? Especially if you are somebody who at the beginning of this challenge said to me, I don't really sell shadow, or I don't really know how to apply shadow, and I'd like to be better. You now are better. So go and speak to those people. You're not trying to sell to them. That is not the intention. The intention is you are trying to help them. So I want you to drop some messages to people who already have shadows, or to people who have been engaged with this week. Anyone who has said anything in this week, go and help them. Give them some support. So if they have shadows already, if you've got a log of them having already bought shadows, how beautiful is this look? Thanks, Dwayne. If you have, I would never have put Aurora Shimmer in with Garnet, actually. And this is what happens. Now I know that that's a combination that works. If you have people who've bought shadows before, just go and see how they're doing. Go and see how they're doing with their shadow. Say, I've been talking about shadow all week, and I just want to make sure that you know how to use it. That you know how to apply it. You know what goes well together. any sort of advice, any sort of helpfulness that you can give them, okay? Then, if that isn't you, if you don't have anyone with Shadow Sense already, anyone who has commented or got involved with any of the content that you've put out this week, those are the people that you're going to go and talk to if you're doing my bonus challenge. But remember, the aim is not to sell to them. You are not trying to sell to them. You're just trying to help them, okay? So the normal challenge is to go and do this challenge that we've done together today. You can do it today, you can do it Saturday, you can do it Sunday, you can do it over and over. If you need to do more than one look because loads of people comment, do that. That's fine. You can even hype it up today and be like, oh my God, the last day of the challenge is a big one. I'm going to need you to be here tomorrow at blah, blah o'clock when I will post my picture or whatever it is. And then the bonus challenge is to go and speak to the people. Go and speak to anyone who's engaged or anyone who already has Shadow Sense and help them. Help them. Do not sell to them. Just help them. If it goes the way of a sale, that is excellent. But the aim and your whole point, you won't be disappointed if you don't sell to them. Your whole point is to just converse with them about Shadow Sense. Start conversations about Shadow Sense. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Are there any questions before I disappear? Thank you so much, everybody. I really genuinely have had so much fun this week, and I'm so grateful to all of you for giving me your time, to all of you for giving me your, I don't know, trust to do the crazy things. And I genuinely would love to know what you've got out of this challenge. So, oh yeah, sorry, if you want to, no, not if you want to, but if you want letters, you're going to have to screenshot. So just screenshot what you sent them, that's fine. If you don't want to send me a whole conversation, or if you think it's a private thing, you can message it to me privately, that's absolutely fine. So yeah, let me know what you got out of this week, please, in the comments. That will make me super happy because I love to hear how people have taken these challenges, what they've done with them. And I will pop a screenshot place for you to do in a second. I'll happily do more of these. If Janice will have me, I'll happily do a challenge every month if you need. That might be an overstep because Ian is probably already like, how many lives do you need to be doing? Anyway, I'm going to leave you in peace, but thank you so much. Thank you. And I will see you on Monday when I'll be doing the draws. Talk to you later. Thank you so much.